Alright, this is Rise of the Knights, and today me and my dad are playing What Would You Do If? So, let's get straight into this. Oh, and my dad's here, by the way.
Hi!
What would you do if you were president for a day?
Repaint the White House.
Hold a
nationwide.
I'd hold a
speech,
nationwide
Nuke
speech.
North Korea.
I'd hold a nationwide speech and be like, Bionicle's gonna come back. It better.
But America has no control over Legos.
Okay, well, I'd like to make a deal with Lego.
Most people would repaint the White House.
Yeah.
And then from then on, it would be the Pink House.
Alright. What would you do if you ate a shoe?
Poop a shoe?
I guess I'd poop it out.
I'd go to the loo. I'd go to the zoo.
What would you do if a very big man... You can't be on your phone during recording. What would you do if a very big man was hitting on your partner?
Try to fight them, confront them.
Confront them.
Hey, you're hitting on my partner.
What would you do if you could see people's chat and website history over the past 7 days? No way I'd do this because, then, I don't know. And this, probably not. I'd probably whisper I do that too. What would you do if your partner proposed to having an open relationship?
Like, there's no... Well, okay, so the middle option is a yes option.
Like, what do you do?
So, the bottom option, say no, means that you're not trying to break up with them. You just...
Right, that's what I'd do.
And that was the most popular answer, it turns
Alright,
out.
what would you do if you had a book report the next day, but you haven't even read on page?
I think it means one page. Pray there's a movie.
Okay, a book report.
I always ask friends for help because...
Tell your teacher the truth.
Because it was the 80s. We didn't have access to just whatever movie, whenever time.
You found out you were pregnant with your ex's twins.
Okay, that would be freaky.
Since we're both guys, I'm gonna let you answer this guy.
Yeah, there's no appropriate answer because if I found out I was pregnant with anybody's twins,
I'd have the children inform the father.
I would report immediately to the Department of Weird Things.
Right, exactly. Hey, you're not speaking close enough to the microphone. Alright.
Sorry.
What would you do if seconds before your death you could pick a time period to live in for your next life?
I get a do-over?
1900s.
Just let me die in peace.
That's the closest to when I was born. Alright. What would you do if you lost the ability to feel guilt?
Do bad things for the greater good or just do bad...
If I lost...
If you don't feel guilt, then there's no bad things. So it wouldn't be doing bad things. I mean, I guess you'd be doing things that other people think.
I'd do bad things for the greater good. Most people would. What would you do if you got jailed for 30 years although you were innocent? Go and look for the guy like Morgan Freeman. That's what I would do. What would you do if you saw your favorite musician on the street? That would be fun. Talk to them adding puns with them every sentence. No, I would not do the top one. If you were curious, guys, I would not do the top one. I guess I'd talk to them adding puns every second. I'd be like, You know, I feel like this Herobrine is just creeping in my soul. I have nightmares about him.
Creeping in your soul?
Yeah. Alright. What would you do if you could switch bodies with a starving African child? Oh, God. How long have I been recording? Um... Um... Can we skip this one? Yeah, okay. What would you do if you walked in and your dad was making out with a different woman? Get anything you want for the next year. Could you imagine? I'd be like, Daddy, I'll tell Mommy if you don't.
Most people would go and tell their mom. I think that would be the right thing to do.
I would tell Mommy, but I'd be like, there's a really piece of important information, like really important, like life-threatening important. You gotta give me $100 and I'll tell you.
Oh, so you would, instead of blackmail, let's just say it happened to us and you caught me.
Right.
Not that that would happen, but you wouldn't try to get money out of me.
Well, I might
You would
say,
go to Mommy and say, I have something to say, but you have to pay me for the
I'd
information.
try that first. If that didn't work, then I'd go to you and be like, I'll tell Mommy if you don't get me.
I see.
And then I'd tell Mommy anyway.
So weird.
Alright. What would you do if you had to take it down really bad, but you were in the most important meeting of your life? Try to hold it as long as possible, I guess. I mean, what's the meeting? Didn't give me any details. What would you do if you had to be blind, deaf, or mute?
Which one would you pick?
Mute, because I could write. What would you do if your best friend came to kill you? If Cameron or Abby tried to kill me.
Yeah, being blind, deaf, or mute is the best option. You'd be like the Little Mermaid.
Right. I'd try to reason with them, but I'd also grab a weapon. So what would that count as?
If anybody came to kill me, I would grab a weapon and then hide.
I'd grab a weapon
and then
and
if
try
they
to
found
reason
me,
with
then I
them.
would try to reason with them. And if that didn't work, then I would use the weapon.
Alright. What would you do if you died, but a year later, you got to revisit one person? Best friend. We'd just do a bunch of stuff, like spray painting evil people's labs. I mean, I'm dead, so I know. Yeah, I don't even know. The mad scientist gone crazy. I don't know. What would you do if you were gay? Try to change it. I'm not gay, but I mean, would I like? That's a trick question because I'm not gay.
How is that? How does that make it a trick question?
Because if I was gay, yeah, I'd try to change it. I don't know. What would you do if every person within 1 meter of you temporarily turned into
John Malkovich? Frequently explain the situation to everyone? What? That doesn't even make any sense. Oh, so they're saying like...
Right.
If you were, as you walk down the street, people around you temporarily turn into John Malkovich, and then they turn back after you pass them by.
I would
use it as a threat and become a terrorist. That's silly.
No, I wasn't gonna pick that.
I'm gonna John Malkovichize you. You don't give me all your money.
Maybe. I don't know. No, I'd explain this. No, because that says frequently. I'd transform one person and become friends. What would you do if you found out you're dead? and you've been a ghost this whole time.
That'd be weird.
Continue life as is and keep it a secret. No, I'd tell my close friends and family only. Because that would actually be kind of cool. What would
To
you
be
do
dead
if you
and a ghost?
Okay, what would you do if you found a naked person in your bed? What have I been up to?
Ask if they would like a cup of coffee. No, I would probably... I don't know if I would scream. I guess I would be very surprised.
Well, what if, like, you don't remember because you got drunk?
Yeah, well, it doesn't say whether you woke up next to a naked person in your bed or whether you walked into your room and they were laying there.
No, I'm saying, like, you got drunk, you had a one-night stand, and you both fell asleep.
And then you woke up the next morning.
Not remembering it because you were so drunk.
Well, that's a lot of specifics that are not specified by this question. So, in that scenario...
Like, in this scenario, I'd call 911. We'll just say we'll scream and call 911. What would you do if all of a sudden you were the leader of the KKK? I don't know what the KKK is. I'm assuming they're bad, so I'd kill all members if they're bad. Yeah, most people would. What would you do if you found a puppy in the middle of the road but a car is coming? Jump in front of the car and save the puppy. Most people would yell at the car to stop. I'd save the puppy, even if it means letting go of my life. What would you do if you switched...
You would sacrifice your life for a puppy? That's so sweet.
What would you do if you switched bodies with your best friend? I'd continue... Oh God, what would I do?
Would I have... See, what it doesn't tell you is... Would you have switched... Is this a thing you did on purpose? Or did you... Was it like Freaky Friday where you just...
Right.
Switched accidentally?
I mean, it really all depends.
Mm-hmm. It sure does.
I mean, I have an option that's not on this list that I'm not going to say, but I'll try to change it back.
Keep it friendly, kid-friendly.
Right. Everything touched turned into gold. What would you do if everything touched turned into gold?
That would suck.
No, I could just wear golden gloves. You know? I could be like an infinity gauntlet, you know? Alright, I'd get rich but miserable, I guess. What would you do if you were sexually harassed? I'm gonna skip this one. What would you do... Wait. What would you do if your feet became hands and your hands became feet? Become even more depressed, to be honest. What would you do if you were trained?
That would... Well, you wouldn't want to walk around on your hands, but you could. Boy, your arms would get strong. I mean, it doesn't say that your legs became arms. It just says that your feet became hands. So you would have basically hands at the end of your legs. So that your legs are strong enough to hold up your whole body weight. Your hands are, well, they'd get stronger in a hurry. Plus, they'd get all skint up and stuff.
Right.
You'd have to invest in some really heavy-duty gloves.
Yeah. What would you do if you were on a train director, and if you were a train director and you saw a train going really fast and you had to either switch tracks and kill a loved one, okay. Switch track. I mean, what's a loved on? Let's Google it. Loved on. Loved on. I'm scared to go to images. Let's not go to images. Love on. Dictionary of Christianese. Okay, so it's like two little girls. Okay, I got it. Considering they're two, like, I guess I'd. It the. Like. Would you kill a love dawn, which is two little girls, probably the Mothra fairies? Or would you kill 5 people? I'd kill 5 people because then the fairies could bring them back.
Well, you didn't know what love dawn meant, and you had to look it up in the Dictionary of Christianese?
Yeah, totally.
How did you know to look it up in the Dictionary of Christianese?
It popped up when I Googled it.
Weird.
Okay, you could change... What would you do if you could change your gender forever? Experience life from a different point of view. I mean... What would you do if you died? Restart. What would you do if you suddenly got superpowers? Fight crime. Personal use, really? What would you do if a cockroach relaxed on the ceiling while you were showering? Conclude the shower and get my dad or mom to smush it. What would you do if you found yourself in the same room, what am I even saying, as Bin Laden, Hitler, and a violent gorilla?
Leave the room.
Work alone, though. Teleport to a random desert, not worth it. Help. No, I'd help the gorilla. There's no... Yeah, I'd work alone and fight all of them. Okay. But really, anyway. What would you do if you had a book report the next day, but you haven't even read on page? I have not read on page, guys. I have not read on page.
I don't even know what that is.
I already got that one.
Yeah, you had that question before.
What would you do if you were in love with your best friend who was in a sort of toxic relationship? Oh God, I'd probably go full Yandere and like frame their best friend maybe or something. Convince them to break up with their SO. What would you do if you could be a famous person for one day? If I could be anyone, I'd be, Lady Gaga, and I'd deposit the money. She has so much. I'm sure she could drop like a couple grand, you know? What would you do if your parents bought you the same birthday present as last year? I'd be like, wait, what did I get last year? I don't remember. I think I got a Lego, so I'd be like, cool, now I can have dual Destiny's Bounties, but I don't know. It depends on what I got. What would you do if your family member professed their... Oh God. Run. Run! If that ever happens to you guys, run and call... Okay, fine, die. I'll end the video. Run and call 911. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like, or if you absolutely hate it, you can leave a dislike. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.